people! We're saying hi to Diddy to you. And Mr. Squirrel is too. So I'm going to put him aside. So beautiful, beautiful people. So we're going to be talking about what tonight?
We are talking about the full moon lunar eclipse taking place on March 25th. Coming up soon.
Yes. Yay! Yes. So what does that feel? Well, before we even do that, we decided today.
Yes.
What did we decide today?
Oh, we decided we were going to host another Sedona retreat.
And this one's going to be in September.
In September, during the full moon lunar eclipse that's taking place in Pisces. So, I mean, can you just imagine Sedona with that full moon and the dark sky? Oh my gosh. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. So, for the people who emailed and asked to be on the waiting list, this is just a heads up. You guys will get first notification.
Right.
So you're on the list. Look out for an email shortly with the dates and the details. And then once we send that out, we'll open it up to...
Right. So if you're interested...
the broader public.
You can go to psychicdebbie.com and, or go to photopsychicdebbie@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or...
Jana, Jana, at wildflowerswithin.com.
Yes. So if you're interested in these retreats.
Yeah.
And we might even do...
Possibly. For Debbie's birthday.
Which is November 2nd.
Yeah, maybe a Dia de los Muertos retreat in Mexico, in Tulum.
Tulum,
gorgeous.
By the beach.
By the beach and this gorgeous, gorgeous place. So
that
is still TBD, but for sure, Sedona, September... full moon.
Yeah,
lunar
that one's
eclipse.
for sure. That's a stamped one. That's a one. So yes. And then you beautiful people know that next Tuesday my handsome son's coming, and we're going to be talking about the Timberwolves and how they helped liberate Holland, which I wouldn't be sitting here if they didn't do that. So
love them. Love the Timberwolves.
Thank goodness, right? Some people might be like, no. Darn it, we missed our chance. No, but so next Tuesday, I'm trying to collect money. I'll do a card for you, or do a 1-sentence reading if you donate, and all the money is going to go to the veterans so that they can do their travel over there. Okay, so and it'll be part of the filming and all that stuff. So yes, I would appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, also go to my TikTok. Ghost Hunting Grandmas and Psychic Debbie Griggs. That would be fantastic. I would appreciate that too. So now we're going to talk about the lunar eclipse. So what do you know about the lunar eclipse in Libra?
Okay, so I'm going to give you some keywords that are going to be like the vibration around this lunar eclipse. I wrote down, so let's just say when it's taking place, March 25th at midnight. For Pacific Standard Time. So it's really cool. It's like right on the boundary.
It's at midnight?
It's right at midnight. Isn't that
wow.
wild? It's
like
wild.
A double thing there.
Yeah, and it's in Libra, which is the scales. And hello from London. Woo! Rose London. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
So the keywords are going to be romantic and dreamy, magical, and I put it's about the other, because it is the sign of Libra. So I wanted to show you guys, let me show you a very cool picture. There you go. So this is what the chart looks like. And the two circles that are highlighted are the Libra Aries axis. Let me put it back up. So these are where the two eclipses are taking place. So you've got Libra, which is the sign of the scales and the balance, and then you have Aries, which is the sign of the ram and a very independent, individualized sign. So if Aries, I'm going to give you some like archetypal understanding, and then you can apply it to where you feel, exactly, like where you feel this resonates right now in your life. So if Aries is about the self, it's
wait. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out.
After midnight. I love it,
squirrel. That was a squirrel. Sorry, a squirrel.
I'm so glad I know that song. I want to sing with her too, you know?
But thank you for that. Because I have on mine balance, balance, balance.
Well, hello. Balance in the sign of the scales.
Yes.
Balance at the stroke of midnight in between both
That's
days.
why we got
crazy.
this picture. See? Balance.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's an eclipse for crying out loud.
Oh my God. Pat says, I have Libra sun and Aries moon.
Wow.
And Jay says, I'm an Aries. So is it going to affect them more then?
Oh, totally. If
you have an Aries or a Libra in a sun,
yeah, if you've
moon
got
or
planets,
rising?
if you've got planets sitting in the Libra Aries axis, it's going to impact you definitely. You would definitely feel it. I would even go and check what degree those planets sit in and see if they're going to be, conjoined to the moon or the sun. So, oh my gosh, and the whole thing after this is like squirrel, but you were saying like balance, like even what's going on in the zodiac. Let me put this up one more time. The moon is on one side of the chart, and the sun is on the other side of the chart.
Oh,
so
wow.
you're even seeing the energetic balance of what that full moon looks like. I mean, it's crazy, right?
It's because like here,
I'm a Libra moon too.
Yep, and then
I don't know if I said that. I don't know if I said that right.
And then Libra rising here. Wow.
Nice. Lots of Libra risings.
A lot of Libra rising. So this is for you beautiful people. You know what I mean? My husband is a Libra. So, I'm a rising and a sun.
Ooh, double.
So, but I mean, don't you think they're going to feel split?
I think there's going to be, it's going to
instead of a balance?
You're going to have to be letting go of something. This full moon is about releasing.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's connected to the south node. So like for a Libra rising, then that means it's going to be in your first house, which is the house of self and like your identity, who you feel you are in the world.
Okay.
That needs to either release or call a part back that you've forgotten for a really long time. The south node can mean a releasing of something or like past comes back in the field.
So what if it's a negative thought?
Yeah, that probably want to release it.
Yeah.
Add it to the universe. Why do you want to keep it? It's not good.
I know, but that's the thing is, I feel like that's what's going to be the challenge of like, because I feel like if you're going to release something, then you have to have the leap of faith.
Yeah.
That you're going to land.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like they're showing me, what is it, the Temple of Doom, or
Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. I love it. No, the Last Crusade.
The Last Crusade,
where he sticks his leg out.
Yeah. And he throws the sand on there to show the path. Yeah. So.
Yeah. He only does the. Oh, thank you, Zabina. Hi. Zabina. We're saying it right. She's from Hamburg, Germany, and we love her.
She came and saw us at the expo. So
that is interesting that you talk about the throwing the sand, because that's literally my favorite Indiana Jones movie. And he doesn't throw the sand until after he does the first step. He doesn't know it's there. Right. And then once he crosses, he gets the sand and he goes, just to make sure, hey, don't leave.
But to help other people to go across.
Yes, totally.
So you might be helping a lot of people that are in the Libra signs, like the sun and the moon and the rising. Yeah. You might have to be helping other people, and you might be like, do I want to help other people? Which was kind of weird is my first husband's sister.
I love it. Connected to my brother-in-law's mechanic.
Right. So my first husband's sister's husband. And she's a Libra.
I couldn't follow.
And her birthday is the exact same as my husband. Okay. And her husband just had a stroke, and she has to help him. And it was weird because we were. Let's send prayers to him. Let's send prayers.
What's his name? Do you remember his name?
It's Jim.
Jim. Okay. Yeah. Prayers to Jim.
Super duper nice guy. Helped my daughter out a lot of times. So Jim, we're thinking of you. Lots of love to you. So again, it's like, oh God, here I got to help somebody else out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my husband helps me out with all this stuff because. Yeah. If something happened to him, you guys would be seeing me in I don't know what. I can't.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work.
Lovely people. No, just kidding. But yeah, so the Libras are going to have to, I feel like I just keep on seeing them, the universe trying to split them though. instead of balancing them?
Well, because they're going to be weighing that decision heavily. It's going to be like a heavy decision. So the split is going to say, how do I bring the harmonic state that Venus, rules Libra, right?
Right.
The goddess of love is like, okay, if we're actually, let me show you. I have another picture because I love being visual. Okay, so see, if this is Libra, this is the sign of Libra, the scales, right? She's blind right now. She cannot see because it's all about justice, right? Justice doesn't favor one or the other. And if someone is feeling split, you really have to do that inner deep look inside. And from there, feel, right? Because Venus is in Pisces right now. So she is feeling feeling through these emotions, having a conversation with Saturn. I'll talk about that in just a sec. And so that for Libras, for the collective, right? Because this is collectively taking place in Libra. But if your sun sign or your rising sign is Libra, or your moon's in Libra, you're going to feel it more. And you're going to feel that need to really go deep inside and connect to the truth. And the eclipses will show you the truth. If
you want to see it.
Yeah, they're huge cosmic upsets.
It's funny because you say that. I'm getting the song Amazing Grace. Like it's like now I see.
Yes.
I was blind, but now I see. Now I see.
I want to go crazy.
So we could be like opera singers, but so maybe.
Just kidding.
So calm down. But I feel like that with the Libras are going to be seen. But how is this connected to Aries then? Because people are saying I have Aries rising sign and Libra sun. So
Aries is about the self.
Okay.
Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's all about you as the individual. When all of a sudden you introduce another person into the equation, you are no longer the only person in the room. So there is tension right now cosmically on how do I remember my most authentic self and my most authentic truth, and who harmonizes best with my pure essence.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So everybody's going to be feeling this tension wherever this access takes place in your chart. If it's, you might have one sitting in your house of career and the other one sitting in your house of family. You might have one sitting in the house of self, the other one sitting in partnerships and marriage.
Okay.
So you kind of like feel around into it.
So like my Aries is in my second house.
Mm-hmm. So this access is going to be your house of finance. And also like all kinds of resources that you use to get ahead in life. And it's going to be in tension with other people's money and other people's resources and like debt and karmic contracts.
They can pay for it.
I
go with the lotto.
Yeah.
Get my protection company.
The lotto is totally like an 8th house thing. It's like a fortune won by, some other person's money. Yeah, it's associated with like inheritance also and like, really cool things like that.
Because isn't my Libra in the 8th house? No, because my Scorpio is in 9th house, right?
Your Scorpio rules your 9th. Yeah.
So then Libra is in my 8th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hot diddy. No. I won't talk to you guys anymore again. Bye. No, just kidding. I would do that. I would still do videos, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So I feel like what was I going to say? Okay, because like on here I have balance, letting go, ending, clearing, spring cleaning. So this would be a good time to spring clean.
Yes.
And again, if you need an organizer, Sophia,
yeah,
my daughter, self-love, self-care. So I said a big point, weakness will be shown.
A weakness will be shown. Okay, well,
so the weakness of the earth, the weakness of the government, weakness of the people, weakness of ourselves, is it all included?
I think,
or it's just
it's all included. This is relationships. In the entire that is prevalent in this world, and then you're going to have it in like the larger ecosystem, like a global sort of feeling, and we're going to hear some news, and who knows what news is going to start to happen during this eclipse. And then you're also going to feel it in your everyday personal world.
It's kind of like the Nickelodeon thing that's going on right now.
I'm not familiar with it. What is the?
Oh my God, it's not good. It's the kids that we're on Nickelodeon, let's put it this way, we're not treated very well.
Oh,
It's not very good. It's not good at all.
And that's very much a
truth.
karmic reckoning.
Yes.
Eclipses bring karmic fated reckonings. And if this is in the sign that loves to see justice in the world, right?
Right.
Beauty, loves, something beautiful in this world is when we see justice being administered properly, you know?
Right.
And that is totally something. So this issue is a very eclipse, you know, like boom, fated, like you're restoring the balance, you're restoring the healing. So that totally makes sense.
Like, and to me, because like I was saying on Tuesday, I was like, truth is going to be told. And I said that in the beginning of the year, that this would be a year that a lot of truth is going to be shown, not just for yourself or partner or friends or whatever, but worldwide. I said truth is going to be shown, and that a lot of leaders are going to fall down. Do you know what I mean? So like the Vietnam president, he resigned after a year, because truth is being shown to him. So that was one of my predictions, that a lot of leaders are going to step down or go down or whatever. And I feel like around this time, lunar eclipse would probably be a perfect time for that, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Eclipse seasons in general, massive endings and massive new beginnings.
Yeah.
So, Constance, you had asked something. Do I use whole sign in my astrology? I do. I work with whole sign houses.
So then, like with the Pisces, because they were showing me this weather in the beginning of the year, and I think a couple of weeks ago, I kept on seeing massive storms in Texas and in Florida, and excuse me, that the universe, you know, because I was saying hurricanes could be a little bit sooner than not even in hurricane season, and so like this weekend, Texas is going to be hit really. All my predictions is coming true. And remember, I said there was going to be this like massive tornado thing, and they were saying a weather person, I don't know what you would call them, was saying that there's this certain kind of sign that hasn't been around for like 30, 40 years, which is really weird. It kind of goes in a point. And so that the heat is in a triangle and the cold is on the outside. So it could create this massive tornado or whatever. Wow. I'm hoping, or I'm wrong. But remember, I was talking about that before. And then Florida, I know I did a reading for people. I was like, Tampa and down, I said that it's going to be flooded. And it's Tampa is down. So if you live in Florida, Tampa and down, both sides, not as much in the middle, but on the coast, there's going to be a lot of flooding. There's going to be a lot of wind. Wow. There's going to be a major storm. I'm not saying it's a hurricane, but I'm seeing a lot of flooding. So how is that connected to Pisces then? Because Pisces is a water sign.
Pisces is a water sign, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't do like like a meteorologist and astrology, but yeah, I mean, like it's associated. Eclipses are tumultuous times.
Right.
Eclipse, like energetically, eclipses bring tumultuous times. It's a theory of like a dragon coming in and trying to. And the dragon gets severed, and the jewel stays in the throat. It's not able to embody it completely because it was like trying to take knowledge. And
who's trying to take knowledge?
This is in the Vedic tradition of astrology.
Oh, okay.
I should bring the thing so I'm not misquoting, but essentially the dragon gets severed before he's able to do harm and internalize these powers that were not meant to be given to him. And those got split into the nodes. So when we say it's a south node release, when we say it's a north node, cycle, what we're talking about is two halves of that dragon. So they say that the south node it's a south node lunar eclipse. South nodes are about letting go and releasing, but they can also be the past.
I was going to say, isn't that the past? South node means the past,
it's
right?
your past and also like your comfort zone. It's what you're familiar with, your spiritual comfort zone, meaning lifetimes upon lifetimes you're walking in with like, I've done a lot of this, you know?
Right.
And the north node is where it's that stretch. It's the outside of your comfort zone. And you're kind of like striving towards that. And the irony that like exists, and it's kind of like a catch-22 that, you know, people who strive to go to the north node, they say sometimes, well, let's say you get it, and then you realize,
it's not as what I thought it was going to be.
It's not what you thought it was going to be. It's still one of those
illusions.
It's
kind of like, I just saw a video with, who's the one that worked with Ben Affleck?
Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm. He was talking about getting the award for
Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting.
I love that
And
movie.
he said,
so good.
I am so glad I got this early. He goes, if I was working towards this all my life, I would have been massively disappointed.
Wow.
Massively disappointed. He goes, I'm not honoring this. It's not that he's not honoring it, but it's not is what it cracks up to be. It's kind of like what they say. It's not the end of the journey. It's the journey.
The journey.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like going towards.
Yeah. Just because
your
you
goals.
get there, like it's not the destination. Yeah,
It's the journey.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that is what Spirit is kind of telling us for March and April, because we have the solar eclipse, which we're going to do a video on that too.
Yeah.
But it's the journey, and it's the things that you're going to learn and that you need to let go and bring in.
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
So when it's a full moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So full moon means what? Is it the seeding, or is it releasing, or is it getting?
It's a surrendering. Full moons are, it also can be like when the harvest comes, where you're like, oh my God, you work so hard for something, and like you let go of the cycle because something has come to completion, something has come to fruition. Or it's a surrender because you just like, it's not working. You gotta let it go. Right? So
I surrender.
One of those.
Yeah.
I don't know that song.
Okay. I surrender.
Yeah. So a couple of things I wanted to say, like thematically, Libra itself.
Okay.
So it is about relationships. There's a lot of judgments involved in the sign of Libra, right? She's blind, but at the end of the day, you're weighing kind of like internal. How have you judged your own behavior, the way you see yourself in the world, right? Very Aries. But also there's this cosmic judgment that is passed to all of us based off of our free will and the actions we decide to take. So there is going to be some, like when you say the truth is going to be shown, there's hard truths right now that the collective is experiencing. And it doesn't mean that it's bad for us. It means it's all divine intelligence pushing us to more growth if we choose to.
Right. You
walk
got to
that
allow.
path.
You can't stick your head in the sand right now.
Right.
It's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for you. And ask for the support, because I know I'm one of those people. It's like, it's hard for me to ask. Mm-hmm. Do I ask you?
I know you. Yeah, no. Depends. If it's electronics, yes. If it's planning and logistics, yes. But other stuff,
no. Yeah. If it's a spiritual work or I need to talk, no. So it's like I got to learn to surrender sometimes and ask for help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could be one of those
hard for
blocks.
Me. Yeah,
it could be one of those blocks where it's like, is this working anymore?
Right.
You know, we gotta let
it's
it go.
It's like I don't have to be a sole player anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And I should also note too, like, this is the first, like this first series of eclipses on the Libra Aries axis started back in October last year, and they're going to continue to the end of the year. So it's a theme right now. It doesn't just end with this one day and one moment, like because the eclipse is going to come back around and it's going to again bring these subjects. It's like deep seeds that you're planting. And so right now we're doing a check-in of where were we in our relationships in October of last year, and what has transpired since then. Who are people that, like who were the people, who were like the key players of the drama, the life drama that were going on, and where are we at with them now? Are they still around?
Do we want to keep them or do we want to let them go?
Yes.
Should I stay or should I go
And
now?
also seeing yourself within, where was I mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and how much have I grown or resisted or, something like that, and where am I at now? These are hard truths, and the full moon illuminates that. So
some people from the past could come up then.
Totally.
Past work, past people, past relationships, exes.
Yep, exes. Weren't you saying like
my exes live in Texas? No, that's a song, but they don't. My exes live in Minnesota.
How did Diddy exes?
Yeah. What were you saying?
I forgot. Squirrel.
I'm Sorry, I did the thing.
Oh, X's. You were saying, I think when I was telling you like some things, you were like, I just did a reading.
Oh, yeah.
Someone from the past coming back.
I did a reading today. Yes, I was doing readings today, and there's been a couple of them. They're like, I'm like, oh, your exes are coming back. You know what I mean? It's like, and no, it's probably not good, but can't tell you what to do, but it's probably not good to let them back in. Do you know what I mean? And then it could be even ex jobs, whatever.
Yeah.
Or it could even be that you find some historical information. I feel like like me with my name, find out I have another name. And then my son calls me up and he goes, I have your baptism thing and your middle name is written with an extra letter. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Here I go again. I got another name. So it's like bringing past. So now I got to fix it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So it's like bringing stuff from the past that maybe you need to fix, or what's the truth? What's really my true name, and how is it truly spelt? That could be just an example. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like bringing. It doesn't have to be an X. It's It could be, like I said, from work. It could be that maybe you need to do your old routine of health because it really did make you lose weight, or maybe you know what I mean, or new schooling. You're learning a new thing that you were like, should I do that? But now you should do that.
Yeah,
now.
a passion you wanted to pursue for so long, now all of a sudden
would be
comes
perfect.
back.
Would be perfect.
Yeah.
So people are saying here in Florida, we're having heavy rain tomorrow, Saturday, flooding in certain areas. And then Luann was saying, she says, we're getting more snow next week. Because remember, she lives in Colorado, right?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Luann.
Hi, Luann. And she was at one of our retreats, our first retreat. So, hi. Because I was saying that there was going to be more snow, like in the Sierras and Colorado. I said Sierras, California, Sierras, and Colorado were going to have major storms, in which they did.
Yeah.
And Colorado had more snow than they've had in years in certain areas.
Mammoth had over 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
Crazy snow. They got so much snow in Mammoth.
Yeah. So Pat says, I'm looking to put your glasses on, Debbie.
Return to self-employment as a reader.
Yeah. Fantastic. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a returning of something, right? Self-employed was a previous experience and now it's coming around again. And so that would be something, Pat, like, is that true to you, who you are now?
Does it give you joy?
Yeah.
That's what you need to look at. What gives you joy? And if a person, place, or thing is not giving you joy, would be a good time to clean out the closet and go, yep, not working. Yep, it's giving me joy. Yep, it's giving me joy, or not giving me joy. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't give me much joy.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Brenda said West Michigan. God, I was going to say West Virginia. I don't know why I said that.
West Virginia.
West Michigan. Oh my God, Debbie, talk. It's supposed to get a half a foot of snow, and it's, you know why? I got a stone in my bra, and it's that.
Oh wow,
that hematite.
That's a big stone.
Well, I got big boobs. Hematite.
Mine would be a third boob.
Love being a healer. She said, I love being a healer. Marilyn says, job interview March 25th. Good or bad?
Nice.
She has a job interview March 25th. Do you think that's good or bad?
Awesome. I don't ascribe to good or bad. I think it is divinely timed because it is an eclipse, and eclipses are karmic fated moments. So feel into it and you will know. Like if the universe is saying, take it. Like when Debbie was like, hello, McFly. She always says this, right? Like if it's coming up in your field, like, hello, McFly.
Yep.
You'll feel it. But
if it's giving you joy, and even if it's not giving other people joy and they're like, no, I don't want you doing it. Well, too bad, so sad. I'm doing it anyways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to listen to that guidance, especially from your angels or insight through this lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
Because there was times that I've done major decisions where it's like, and everybody's against you. And I'm like, I have to do it. I got to do it. So if you have that feeling like, I gotta.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm also seeing it's going to be a space of travel, but to be careful with travel because I do see some delays in travel.
I never travel on an eclipse. It's like rule number 4. I don't even know what 1, 2, and 3 are, but it's one of those rules where if you can stay away from traveling on an eclipse, do it.
And if you are, call the angels or, go early. Make it fun. Do you know what I mean? don't wait until the last minute like we do.
Yeah.
Wait until the last minute to get there. You know, when they say be there 3 hours ahead of time.
We were.
International. The Brazil trip was really exciting.
It was crazy. It was a little crazy there for a second.
How will the eclipse affect Libra ascendants?
Yeah, so it's your first house. It's the house of self, which is really interesting because she was talking about how people will feel split. And it's, you know, the full moon is going to be a celebration or a harvesting or a realization or a surrendering to a deep understanding of who you believe yourself to be in the world when no one else is around you. You're going to have that moment of, I am the only one here, and what is my truth?
What is it? What I desire?
Yes.
What is my needs? It's almost like going through your 5 senses. What is this? What does my truth smell like? What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it sound like?
What does it taste
What's
like?
it taste like?
Yeah.
Is it bitter, or is it, you know, a juicy apple or a orange or a banana?
Yeah.
Or what was some of the good fruit that we had in Brazil?
Oh my God, we had the mango, papaya.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh, it was delish.
lovely.
Maracujá.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of very tart.
Yeah.
Just add some sugar and stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's going to be the Libra Aries axis that's for Libra ascendants are that tension, right? What needs to be in balance for you to be true, and then for you to call in the relationships that align with you the most. And those are partnerships, marriage, business, associates, like it's business partnerships also. Is it rules the 7th house? So.
And because there will be some delays, and I've got it here. I said, give enough time. There will be delays. Watch out for trains. I keep on seeing trains still again. Delays on that.
Mercury is going retrograde on April 1st, and we're already in the shadow, the pre-shadow, meaning that it's traveling and then it's going to go back.
Okay.
Right, when it's retrograde. So you might be starting to feel delays are associated with Mercury retrogrades. Communication goes down, transportation goes down.
Communication.
So we might be in a pre-Mercury retrograde shadow, and so that.
And I'm taking a train to see you. No,
I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine.
Okay, so what was someone was saying something here? Travel doesn't seem very safe. Yep. Pisces ascendants 3 degrees, Libra moon. So very nervous. Don't be nervous.
Yeah, don't
Just
be nervous.
tell the universe to show you the greatness of which path to take that will be in greatness.
Yeah.
Ignoring it and being nervous of it, that's just going to bring more into it. Is this eclipse affected prior to the 25th?
Yeah, we're already feeling the energies big time, you know? You can look at like the news, what kind of big news is coming out. I know we're in an election year. There's a lot of drama already starting, you know.
The protesting.
It's very, very eclipse energy already.
Yeah. Because someone says anything we can say over and over again to help us on the lunar eclipse.
So I have a ritual that I'm going to show you guys at the very end. I would like to talk a little bit about Saturn and Venus.
Okay.
Because it's really important to kind of see where they are cosmically dancing right now in the skies, because Libra is the house of Venus. And it's her masculine air temple. So you have to imagine, like, when you think of, oh, thank you, Donna. Woohoo, I love Europe.
Yeah.
Don't relocate. We'll come visit.
Squirrel.
She asked if we see her relocating somewhere. No, but it's one of those things where you want to look at. So if Venus has this amazing temple, right, and it's an air sign, it's this masculine. So every temple, essentially every temple in the zodiac, celebrates a certain planet. Okay, they they love when this one planet comes to visit, and it's considered to have a lot of dignity. It's very dignified. So the interesting thing about this, about the house of Libra, is Saturn is where it is in its exaltation. And Saturn kind of gets a bad rap as a planet. We think of like fear and disappointment and limitations, like roadblocks, you know. And yeah, it was considered a malefic. It was considered, but there wasn't like a judgment to this. If obstacles are in your way, they're divinely placed there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's hard to experience it on Earth.
Because the universe really does know what it's doing.
Yeah, and that's when the question is that good or bad? And it's like, well, it's going to be disappointing.
But so, okay,
be-
like Donna says, do you see me relocating to another country where I'd be happy in the near future? Yes. I don't know where you live, but I'm seeing south.
Okay.
So
There you go.
Mexico, south, Australia, New Zealand, south. It's got to be south for you.
Okay. So
It's
you're
not
probably
gonna
in
work.
like a colder climate. Maybe you're
Yeah.
in like northern
And
Europe.
even if you are south, then it will be south.
Farther
It-
south.
Yeah, it will just, it's not, north is not going to work for you.
Okay.
Okay, so it says embrace the eclipse season like the brave Aries I am.
Yes, queen. Yes. Oh, someone says, I love Saturn. Poor thing gets too much hate. It's true.
it's
Laugh
true.
out loud. It's true. Okay, so here's the cool thing about Saturn. And this is why it's like really cool what's going on in the skies right now. So if this is the house of Venus, she's opened up her temple. And whenever Saturn comes in, she's like celebrating it because Saturn knows how to hold the space between two things. So I'm going to put
Kind of like the moon here.
like the moon. Okay, so like it's hard to kind of say it. If it was the scales, let me show the scale
scales
one more
again.
time. Okay, so see the scales, see the middle part, that stick that's going through the middle to hold the two sides of the scale together. That's what Saturn is, and that's why it's exalted in a sign like Venus, because you are weighing this judgment between
Right.
two. In ancient astrology, it had to do with light returning, or like ascending into the dark side of the dark half of the year, which is
Okay.
very Saturnian. But that being said, you look to where Saturn and Venus are in the sky, like what's going on with them, because that's going to influence what's taking place in the house. So let me show you. This is the coolest thing right now. Transit number 1. Okay. So if you take a look, Saturn and Venus are together in that purple circle. They're together. They're
holding hands?
They're like holding hands. Let's call it
They're like
holding
you and me,
hands.
Saturn and Venus.
Yeah.
I'm Venus, she's Saturn.
And what's interesting is Pisces is where Venus is exalted, and Libra, where this eclipse is taking place that Venus oversees, is where Saturn is exalted. So what they call that is there's a mutual reception. Like, wait a minute, we're holding hands and the big eclipse is happening where they celebrate me the most. That's Saturn.
Right.
And then Venus is like, yeah, I'm your host, and we're dancing here. Like,
Yeah.
So it's this conversation between the two of them, and those two energies together, I put like they're definitely talking about love and partnership of all kinds, right? Partnership of the mind to self, partnership of your family, your friends, your business colleagues, all of that. And there's a maturity that needs to happen in this conversation. Saturn can see the boundary between light and dark. And so as Venus is looking at the letting go, or someone's coming back into your life,
Right.
you're able to use this really powerful discernment. Call upon the cosmic energies of like your intuition, because they're in Pisces, which is an incredibly intuitive sign, and the emotional body. And it's
Water.
Yeah, it's fueling. It's giving energy to whatever it is you are going to be shown wherever that house of Libra sits in your chart. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when you're being shown the truth,
Yeah.
know that it's the truth.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
So there could be things that are happening to some of you beautiful people that you're like, I don't like this. It's like you're going to try to hide and they're going to put your hand. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. This is the time you cannot hide. This is not the time. You put your head in the sand, but your butt's going to be sticking out. So
Yeah.
you want them to smack your butt, or you want to see the truth of the situation.
That is so true. That's so true. Like with eclipses, when you give those images, it's hilarious because eclipses are going to knock you, whether you like it or not, onto your path. The path that you're supposed to divinely walk. So if you are not walking it after this, you are just going to be met with nothing but frustration. Yeah, your head might be buried in the sand, but now someone's like smacking you from the top and you're like, this is annoying.
Yeah. You think you're hiding, but you're not.
You're not hiding.
Truth is going to be shown in relationships and work and health. And Because I noticed that a lot of people that have health issues are, in a lot of my readings, it's like, oh my God, some of the people I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's like that person passed, that one's got cancer, that one's got cancer, that one's sick, that one's sick, that's sick. I'm just like, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But truth of your health, the truth of your love, the truth of your truth is going to be shown to many, many, many people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Libra lunar eclipse has to do with peace on earth. Do you agree with that?
I do very much, because Venus wants harmony, beauty. Like when you think of the goddess of beauty, then ask yourself, what is beautiful in the world? Peace on earth is like one of the deepest
Peace
prayers.
on earth.
You know?
Remember that song?
I
Goodwill to men.
You know,
what's his name?
We sing about it for a reason.
Right.
Right? We love this.
David Bowie and who's the guy? Who's the older guy?
I don't know.
Peace on earth. Oh God.
Someone write it
He's
in
an
the
old
chat.
crooner, and he was born in Spokane, Washington. Oh my God, my mind blank. I hate that when that happens. But anyway, squirrel. The solar eclipse on the 8th. Yes, we're going to do another video,
We'll do a video on that.
for the solar eclipse on the 8th, and that will come up on the Tuesday when we're in Sedona. So we'll pop it up, and you'll hear. Bing Crosby. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you, T-Birds. Thank you, Marilyn.
Yes. Peace on earth. Remember, it was so beautiful, and then they harmonized back and forth. It was such a beautiful song, and everybody was like, what? It was kind of like a Lady Gaga and the older guy that just passed away. Here we
Tony
go.
Bennett?
Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Right, where it was kind of like that kind of combination where
nice.
David Bowie and Bing Crosby, it's like, what?
Yeah,
And it's kind
that's
of
a
like
cool
Lady
combo.
Gaga and Tony Bennett. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
so Peace on Earth is it is a beautiful, like Venus loves the aesthetics of things.
Right.
Peace on Earth. I mean, like just feel into that. Of course.
Right.
It would
Was
be
there something you were going to
wonderful.
read? And then you do the not?
I wasn't. We're going to save the reading for the new moon.
Okay, I just was seeing what time it is.
Yeah. So I do have an intention setting practice. So a couple of things. Know that there is a letting go or a resurgence of the past. Know that it's sometimes hard to let things go. But if the universe is telling you it's got to go, then release it. And that could be someone actually physically, or a belief inside, or a pattern, a habit that you do. These are hard truths that are going to come up.
And some people that want to pass and go into another dimensional space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I'm seeing a lot of that in my readings.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, crap. Do I have to tell the people again? It's like, I'm not God, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are tired. They've done a lot of work. And, you know, the baby boomers are kind of going,
Yeah.
I'm a baby boomer, but I guess I'll stick around for a while. I will. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like passing of even just passing, going into a whole new life, maybe even.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe not passing an old body and bringing in a new. It's kind of like shedding of the skin like a snake, you know? And then what do they say? We get into a new body every 7 years. That our cells are regenerated every 7 years. So maybe this is a 7th year for a lot of people that we're going into this new body.
Yeah.
And here's a squirrel, but here I could do another video on where they think like me, I had a near death, or you have some kind of trauma or whatever, that your spirit of you let go of that body. And you put you into another body. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where there's times where you're like, oh, I feel different. I feel all of a sudden confident, or all of a sudden I'm going forward, or I'm not, you know. And if your child or a friend or partner or whatever is doing that, maybe they're just going into a new body and their spirit is like, okay, that's old. I need to get into this new body and let go of the fear, worry, and doubt so I can go forward to help, you know, mankind. Because we're all here to help each other, right?
Yep.
So, Lovejoy said, have you seen a lot of suicide? I've seen a lot of depression, or I've seen a lot of people being hard on themselves right now. But I feel like don't commit suicide, get help. Do you know what I mean? 911. I know I used to have a suicidal number here, but you're going into a new body. Let it shed. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
don't hold on to it.
Yeah.
Don't hold on to it.
Yeah.
You know, hold on lightly, but don't let it go. Remember that. Okay. But anyways, yeah, I'm seeing that kind of format where it's like, I want to rebirth. And I feel like a lot of you beautiful people are in the bud stage, and that you're going through this and you're kind of taking off, you know, that flower that has all the ants on it. And my daughter had them at her wedding, and it's kind of got like a wax on them, and the ants eat the wax off and then they bloom.
Oh, nice. Which one?
They start with the P.
Peonies?
Peonies, yeah.
Or peonies.
Peonies, yeah.
Peonies.
So let the ants
peonies, but yeah,
let the ants take off the wax. Do you know what I mean? Just sit there and let it melt, let it go, so you can bloom.
Yeah.
Isn't that a pretty way to say it?
I love that. Yeah, and that's what an eclipse is here to do. Imagine eclipses are kind of one of those moments where if we have our free will and we're meant to use our free will, at the same time, there's almost like this reset button that the universe cosmically pushes and says, okay, guys, and you know, and you go and you get this upgrade and you realign, and then we get to use our free will again and again and again, and then karmically something comes back, and that's what an eclipse is. It's, you know, nothing to be afraid of,
right? Because it's
and
choices.
It can be intense.
It's choices. We're on Earth to make choices. This is a duality lifetime. Yeah. There's a left and a right and an up and a down. When you go into the other realm, it's not that way. You're in the is space. Yeah. There is not this duality or whatever, judgment. So, excuse me. So a lot of judgment could come up, or a lot of people trying to control you, or you letting go of the control finally. Yay! Congratulations if you're doing that. Being finally, you know, creating the boundaries and creating your own dynamic of like,
what are those boundaries?
What are those boundaries? And they're going to be shown.
What boundaries of self-love are coming up?
Yep, we're going to be shown. So
I have an intention setting practice you could do. So people were asking, what can I do the night of the full moon? And I like to do, so I am, I grew up Catholic, and there's these prayers called novena in Spanish, and they're 9-day prayers where you put an intention in to call something in your life. And because this is a south node ruled eclipse, and because it's about letting go or maybe untangling, you know, unraveling stuff from the past, there's a novena called Mary, the Undoer of Knots. And I wish I should have sent the picture to put it in, but it's essentially Mother Mary.
Here's a picture of Mary right here.
And I wonder if I can... Well, we'll do our little sacred. And you can just look at it if Mary is not here. So our sacred mother, right? She is our cosmic sacred mother. And the way you work with the novena, you can just Google Mary Undoer of Knots and count 9 days prior to the eclipse. Okay. Actually,
are you talking about the solar eclipse or the
no, the lunar
eclipse? Okay.
So on the I believe it's the 25th. Let me just look, because
we're doing this. The 25th is the lunar eclipse.
All right, so you can start it. You can start it now, and you can use it as the lunar eclipse is going through. And what you can do, or start it on the day of that lunar eclipse to release. Actually, start it on the day. Start it on the 25th.
Okay.
And what you do is you get a piece of string, okay, and then you're going to make by hand 9 individual knots. Okay, don't tie them too tight, otherwise it's going to be really hard to take them out. Okay, so Debbie already put hers together. This one actually has knots already on it. And what you're going to do, there's a specific prayer. If you just Google on the internet, or maybe we could put it in the comments section or like the description. And for every night, you're going to set an intention of something you want to untangle. Because you are letting it go, you're releasing, you're surrendering.
Like go people's stories, maybe, or boundaries, or control.
Yeah.
Or...
Why can I not stand up and, you know, defend myself against some person?
Right.
Why do I not know how to leave this relationship that is clearly not for me, you know? So you're asking Mother Mary.
Or job.
Or the job situation. And pick any aspect you want.
Yeah.
Your health. Why is this, you know, still here? Help me understand what is going on in my body so I can heal it, you know?
Yeah.
So to release it, and then what you do is you get the knot, and then every night you take one knot out. and you say the specific prayer, and it's this beautiful offering to the mother. And you say, you know, all of the tangles that you see in my life.
Right.
You know, I leave this into your hands, and start to undo it. And just set a prayerful intention, light a candle, bring some incense, make it special. Really feel that you're speaking this prayer out loud to the universe. And on the last night, you do the final undoing of the knot, and then you take it and you burn it, to symbolize the alchemy, the transformation that's occurring. And it is a beautiful intention setting practice for this.
And let your emotions ride. That's, you know, because I help people with blockages and stuff. And it's like, emotions are going to come up, and we're all told to, you know, stifle it and be quiet and da-da-da-da.
Which is crazy, because we're supposed to feel them.
I know.
And we came here to
us
feel
older
them.
people, that's, you know, see the kids but don't hear the kids kind of thing, you know. And so if emotions are coming up, that's what you're doing, is you're releasing. So allow it to release. And even if you didn't do the exercise, and you're all of a sudden you're like, I'm so weepy and I'm so crying, and it's like, I'm crying because of a commercial. Well, maybe you're not crying because of the commercial. Maybe it's a inner dialogue of the child within you that's going, I need to cry right now, so I'm going to use that commercial as an excuse. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's stirring the emotions that are
which is great
to be felt. Yeah,
this is great. So are you wanting to do a card?
Yeah, let's do a card.
Let's do a card. And we didn't do the number thing. So what were we going to do? 25?
We're going to read 25, the day of the lunar eclipse.
Oops.
All right, so day 25. It's entitled Major Decisions. You already know what to do. Your soul is calling out for change. This is perfect.
I know, is this crazy?
And you will have to make a choice as to how to go about that. Have confidence that in your heart you already know the answer. Repeat this mantra: I will make the right decision at the right time. Amen.
There you go. Someone was asking, what should I say? I will make the right decision. Or you could say, my is thing, I, Debbie, is making the right decision at this right time. I, Debbie, is, and then whatever comes up, that's the right decision.
Yeah.
I, Debbie, if there's two things that you're wondering, should I move? Should I go, or should I stay now?
Woo!
So then you could ask it and say, I, Debbie, is choosing the right decision. Okay?
I cannot make this up. All right. So
yes, you can.
Sacred Mother and Goddesses. Look at this. It's
God.
Isis, and look at it. Sacred unions and relationships. Literally what this whole eclipse season's about.
Do you want to see what it says in the book?
So let's see. All right, 15. So Isis, the ruler, coming in energetically to help give it infuse. So she is the Egyptian goddess of magic and life, one of the most powerful goddesses in the ancient world, a carrying goddess. She spent time amongst her people teaching skills of reading and psychic abilities.
Ooh.
Relationships are sacred to her, and she is revered as the great partner, lover, soulmate, who taught women and men how to relate to each other and live in harmony.
So call on Isis if you have relationship issues.
I cannot make this up.
Isis, bring me my lover.
Yeah.
Or Isis, bring my puppy. Or
soulmates. Yeah.
Soul partners.
This is a soulmate, soul partner access. It is you and you with other people. It is the house of self and the house of marriage. You know, unlike the typical zodiac, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Well, Libra is the seventh, and it rules love and marriage and partnership. So this is totally about calling in those soulmates. And if you're already in a relationship, it's about going even deeper. How can you be even more intimate? What kind of relationship that you love being with this person, and what's the next chapter? That could be something that wants to
you could be asking them, so what do you want from me, baby? Do you want to marry me or not?
Yeah.
So,
what if that looks like?
Okay, so I'm doing I'm going to do soul truth cards. Soul truth. So let's see what the soul truth cards want to say to us. Anybody saying anything here? I just popped in my
idea. Nice.
I hope I am alive to see peace on earth. There is peace on earth, honey.
Mm-hmm.
You can see peace on earth everywhere. Just go look in the place where there is no judgment, and there's your peace. Peace on earth. I got that song stuck in my head.
Justice Warrior.
Dun, dun.
Justice Warrior said the greatest temple or church is in your heart. Amen,
That's right.
sister.
Yep.
Sacred Heart.
Yep. I'm going to. Okay, so.
Oh my God. Judgment.
From
That's
whom?
literally Libra. What? These cards are out of control tonight. I love it.
It says, from whom can I release my judgment right now? Isn't that funny? It says, judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. I was just saying, focus on, I said to release the judgment. I just said that.
Yeah,
oh my God.
and we were saying Libra is judgment.
Yeah. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations to be grateful for what it is. You want to read the rest? Because it's smaller.
Yeah. Today's soul action. Look at the person you are judging. I'm just kidding.
Who do you think you are? No.
No. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child.
Oh, cute.
See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they.
So be it, so be it, so be it.
it.
Wow.
Wow.
So we're going to end on that. That was pretty good.
Amen.
Amen, sister and brothers. And pets and even squirrels. I want to thank you, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you so much for connecting and letting us do this. If you like us doing this, please let us know, because we're thinking of maybe doing this like 1 week live, 1 week not, that kind of thing. So we're thinking of doing this, and we love, love, love doing it. Again, if you're interested in not this Sedona retreat, but the other Sedona retreat. September, October.
Send an
No, it's
email.
September. It's just mid-September.
Oh, mid-September. You're right.
Like the
Mid-September.
13th to the 18th or something like that.
Send Debbie an email.
Photopsychicdebbie@gmail.com and say,
Thank you.
hi to Diddy, I want to go on the retreat.
Yeah.
But we're going to send the people that have already asked to get on the list. We're going to send it to them first.
Yeah.
And then if we have leftovers, then you can jump right in there.
Yeah. Then we'll open it up. And then
we're gonna open it up.
possibly Mexico, Tulum in November. So keep that open too.
Right. I did a little bit of predictions there, Marilyn. I did, the earthquakes. There's going to be earthquakes. There's going to be more volcanoes, and there's going to be more avalanches. The storm in Florida, I said that. I was talking about the delays on travel. I saw the train crash. I'm also seeing, I said that leaders are going to fall down. There was always the Vietnam. I'm still seeing leaders. I'm seeing massive, massive truth being shown, to the point that you're going to be like, just kind of like the Kate Middleton. Like, they're saying, this is a video of Kate Middleton. Really? I'm Diane. But anyways, I'm so rude. But you know what I mean? That truth, like that kind of thing is going to be so. And also, I'm not your financial advisor. I think that's going to be more on the solar eclipse, but watch out on your finances there, people. Be careful with your, spending, and be careful on investments. Be very, very careful. Okay, especially through March and April. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it more in April, but yeah. And I feel like it's a little bit of a foreshadowing for September. Hurricane in Nova Scotia again. A little, because I know that this storm that's going through Florida, I'm seeing it going up the East Coast. Okay. So you're probably going to get a little bit of leftovers of that. I don't know if it's a hurricane, Marilyn, but I could see a storm. Okay. I could see the storm. They also showed me the other day, which is really, really weird. They showed me a well. So I don't know if people get stuck in a cave again, or stuck in a whale, or a well collapses like another mining thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that again. Again, I'm seeing someone spewing or arguing online, being videotaped like a leader or something. And I don't know who it is, but it's going to be, we've already had one already last week, which I predicted. But I see another one coming up again.
Wow.
Where people are going to be like, ooh, what? Yeah.
Like someone who doesn't normally do it, or they've done it again?
Well, I feel like there will be another, they did it again, but I feel like there's going to be a surprise one.
Okay.
A very surprise one. Or that, or there's going to be someone that is supporting not such very good people. And you're like, what? And it's going to be someone that we haven't heard from before.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
I love when Debbie like goes into her prediction mode because you can see her eyes like, what are you trying to say to me? Okay, yeah, Like I love it so much. You should see her at a restaurant when she's like,
I'm reading everybody in the restaurant.
Stop reading people.
And
it's so fun though. It's so fun.
And I feel like there's going to be another animal, like a rabbit. It looks like a rabbit to me, but it's like a new species, or they thought it was extinct. And
cool.
Yeah, because I'm seeing like this little fluffy thing, like, oh, how cute.
Oh, how
and
cute.
Yeah, like they thought it was extinct, or it's a new breed or something like that.
Cool.
And more ocean things. I keep on seeing more ocean things too. Yeah. So yeah, but beautiful things. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm seeing some massive. I feel like there's going to be, I don't feel like it's right now, but I do feel like, the years ago, I don't know if you were born then. Yeah, no, maybe not. When they did the hands, holding the hands around the earth, around the world.
I don't know.
Yeah. People were literally holding hands from coast to coast.
Wow.
And then they would go from the ocean and then hold hands around the world.
Cool.
So I feel like there's going to be something like that represents that. Remember?
Cool. Awesome. I love that.
There's going to be
it's the world,
yeah,
make it a better place.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's a healing. It's kind of like the balancing of the Libras. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah, yep. So beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Many blessings and smiles.
Mwah.
Until next time. Bye bye.
Take care.
Toodaloo. Hasta luego.